All right, today we are going to be going over how to create a podcast using a MacBook. So I'm going to be going through all the same steps that you'll be going through during this video. You can pause it and then come back to it later on and then kind of go that route. Okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm going to work you all the way through it. Okay, so you're going to need two apps, and mine are down here right now. The first one is Safari. I can pull it up there, that one. And the next one is GarageBand, okay? If they are not down in your taskbar down here, here's how you find them. You go to over here to Finder, picture of the dude. You click on Applications over here on the side, and then you can just kind of go through and find them. So one is called GarageBand right there, and one is called Safari down here at the end, okay? So that's how you find them. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into Safari, and you're going to want to go to gmail.com. If yours comes up with someone else's account, just sign out of theirs and then click sign into yours. I'm going to use my example student one for this. You don't need to say this. Okay, so here's how mine looks. Mine looks like this. I sent myself audio files for this, so then that way we can work on this. So as you can see here, here are all of my audio files right here, and here is my podcast music. So those are the two things that you need if you have not sent yourself your podcast music yet, like your intro music and your outro music, then make sure you do that as well. Okay. So I'm just gonna click on each one, and let's see if I think it works better if you actually click in the email. Yep. And then there's a download button right there. You're gonna click on allow if it asks you to do that, and then it'll pop up. So it went to my downloads folder, so I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna click on this one, download.
NT Dollars for Scholars is a non-profit organization whose mission is to make sure every graduating
And they're gonna,
like a
for me, they're playing automatically in iMusic or iTunes Music, just call music. Okay. And I just picked out 3 random ones, so.
It's time for you to.
Okay, perfect. So I had downloaded all those. If you need to go find them now, they're gonna be down here in your Finder. And then for me, downloads is over here on the left-hand side. I'm pretty sure that is for everyone as well. And then mine is set up like this if you need to change how you look at it. So this is icons. This is a list. And so it should go in order. If it doesn't, come over here and click on date added. So click right here, click on date added. And those are your ones that you just downloaded, okay? You probably have a lot more than I do because you probably downloaded a couple more and go that route with it, okay? So that's, once you get everything downloaded, that's all you need for Safari. If you need to go download your music from the website, remember that website is called pixabay.com. And then you're going to go to music, and then you're going to go search for your music, okay? So I can minimize that. You don't need music up either. I'm going to keep this downloads folder open, and I'm going to move it over here to the side, okay? And then I'm going to go down here to GarageBand. Now, if yours already has a project opened, so like it doesn't look like this, it looks like there's an actual like project already started, you're going to click up here, you're going to go to File, and you're going to click on New, okay? So File, New. Empty project, I'm going to choose it. It's going to ask you what types. You're just going to click on the microphone, and then here you go. Now, here's how I would do this. I would do 2 different tracks here, okay? And you can just do that by clicking on the plus. So I clicked on the plus, and that gave me an audio 1 and an audio 2. If you want to do more for each segment, you can do that too, absolutely. But I'm going to do 2, one for my music and one for my actual podcasts because I want to overlay them at some point here. Okay. So I'm going to start with my music. And so it's right here. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag over to here. A couple things with this up here, there's two buttons. One's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and one's going to have a metronome clicking thing. If you play it, you can hear that little click in the background. To get rid of it, you just click that, okay? Now, a couple other things to kind of pay attention to. Right here, this makes your window bigger or smaller. So right now, it's as small as it can be. Right now, my thing, you can change this time as well. So right now, my thing's over a minute long. You probably want like 10 to 20 seconds tops. So I see right here is 10 to 20 seconds. So I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to drag it over right here. And then I'm going to hit Control on my keyboard, Control. And I'm going to click Split it Playhead. You can also do Command and T, and it'll do it that way. I'll do it that way for you. Command T, and I'll divide it into 2 spots. Okay. If the part that you want is not at the beginning, so like let's say the part that I want is between 20 seconds and 40 seconds, I just drag over here to 40. I just hit Command T again, and then I can delete this part by clicking on it. Notice how it's highlighted up here. Click Delete. Click this part, click delete, and then I'm going to drag this part over, okay? Now, here's what you want to do with it. You want it to kind of fade in and fade out. So you want to get louder, then you want it to get softer, or you want it to at least get softer as it's playing. So here's how you do that. I have this clicked on here. I'm going to click on the keyboard. I'm going to click A. And when I do that, there is a volume thing that comes up right here. I'm now going to click on this, and now this is my volume button. So let me play it for you here real quick. And now watch, I bring this up, it got louder. I bring this down, it gets softer, okay? So now here's how you make it fade in, fade out. So let's say this is my bass line right here, and then this is my line. Let's say around like second 15, I want it to start fading out. I'm actually going to click on the line, and if you notice that dot came up, now I'm going to add a couple more dots. I'm going to add one at least here at the very end. Okay, so now I have 2 dots. So now this one is its own kind of little separate line to this one. So I want to start dragging it down to then start it fading out. And now you can change this one. You can make it longer or shorter, stuff like that. Okay. So let's listen to this now. So this is with it fading out. Okay. Let me turn it a little bit. All right, so that now sounds like it's fading out, and then it fades out to nothing. I'm actually going to take this, I'm going to extend it just a little bit more, okay? All right, so now that is done, and I'm going to show you how to do your outro here in a little bit, okay? So now I have my 3 audio files right here. I'm going to take one, and I'm going to, so let's just say this is the first one. I'm going to drag it down here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play this so then that way right here. So now when this starts fading out, I can then start, it like transitions from your music to you talking. So let's try it.
NT Dollars for Scholars is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make sure every grad.
And then so that's how it fades out, and that's how you get your music in there. Now, so here's what you need to do now with your audio tracks. One, you need to put them in the correct order. I would do one at a time because you want to edit this one first, okay? So let's say I mess up like right here. I can zoom in on it so I can get a little more into where I actually mess up. And then wherever this bar is right here, Command T is going to split it. So now let's get rid of this part right here. And then delete it. And then just drag this part over. I don't even know what I deleted, so let's listen.
Opportunity to receive one. Last year, Northam Dollars for Scholars was able.
And then so what you can do is you can listen to it. Now, if you mess up, Command Z will undo stuff. But let's say you cut right here, and let's say I cut just a little. I don't cut far enough. Click right here. Okay. So let's say I want to then, I messed up here. So if you click on it, there we go. Up here, the top part, you can actually extend it back out to then find where you actually want to cut it at, okay? So now, when you get done with that one, drag all the parts, drag it over so that way it looks good, and then come over here to your next section, and then drag it in immediately after it. And so you might have 4 or 5 parts here, okay? So I'm just gonna do these 2 for right now, just to show you, but you will have like 4 or 5 parts probably, okay? Now, let's say you wanna get this music back in at the end. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on it. On my keyboard, I'm gonna do Command C, and then down here, I'm gonna do Command V. So now I paste it. Now, I don't want it just to start up blaring right away, right? I want to fade it in now too. So now I can take this dot here and just kind of drag it out. Like that. So now this is what it sounds like.
So it was pretty cool.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So now, I got my fade in, I got my fade out here, I got my fade in, fade out here. I've edited all my audio tracks here in the middle, looking for all the bigger mistakes. There's like a little mistake here or there, that's totally fine. I'm looking for big mess ups that can easily be cut out, okay? When you're done, here's how you're gonna do it, okay? You're gonna click on share up here, and then export song to disk. The title, you're going to title it your names. So LaRue example. If yours is not set to MP3 down here, do that. The where, I would change this personally to the desktop. So down here. If you don't have a desktop, I would do, if there's like a downloads or documents, put it somewhere else, okay? And then click export. So now if I come and look on my screen, LaRue examples right here, and then it plays. Perfect. So that is how you edit your podcast, okay? If you have any questions, please email me, let me know, and I'll be looking forward to listening to these.